want they want people to create fresh content and then create maybe 1 to 3 pins for each one. So when they say fresh pins, that's usually what they mean. What they really mean is like fresh content. They want like new blog posts, new videos. As far as pin design, it it helps if you experiment with different keywords. So typically different keywords. I like to experiment with images versus video. So for the same piece of content, I'll do an image pin, but I'll also create a video pin and just see which one is more popular with people. Some people really like video, and maybe others don't. Sometimes certain images are picked up by the Pinterest AI better than others. If Pinterest AI senses that you're using a stock photo that you got for free, that like 50 other people have been using in their pins, they tend to bring you down to the bottom. So usually like fresh images, so maybe like a paid stock photo or something from Canva Pro, pictures you took yourself. So fresh pictures, fresh video, they start to recognize patterns with time. And then also experimenting with how big your text is, experimenting with like how much graphic design elements you have on the pin. Whereas you can make one very simple and then you can make one more complex. But yeah, usually I make 3 templates for maybe one piece of content max. I usually make I make one pin that is almost exactly the same as maybe the Instagram post or the blog that it came from, like using the exact same images. And then my second template is usually a video with some text overlay. And then the third is usually like a stock image with text overlay, and the text is worded slightly different with maybe one keyword differently. So that's how I make them different. But it's no longer the era of like making like 6 pins for like one piece of content. Um, Pinterest would much rather you just pin one pin a day if each pin leads to one unique piece of content versus like 20 pins a day, kind of just leading to the same. I have 1 minute left. I think I will just go ahead and switch it over to Heather. So Heather Aaron, take it away. I'm looking forward to your ads presentation. So let me stop sharing.
Thank you. Okay, so let me share and then move everyone around. Present. All right, I assume everyone can see. Okay, so I'm going to be talking about Facebook and Instagram ads for email list building. So we're going to discuss harnessing the power of budget-friendly lead ads on Facebook and Instagram, combined with your irresistible lead magnet to expand your email list of ideal clients. So real quick intro. Hi, I'm Heather Aaron. I just became certified. So I'm a certified Facebook and Instagram ad strategist now. I work with online business owners who have digital products, courses, memberships, and high-end coaching services. And I specialize in ads that fall into these 3 areas. So the first is building brand awareness. The second is lead generation, which we are going to talk about today. And the third is, of course, sales of products and services. Most people kind of just think about ads in terms of this right here, sales of products and services, but don't realize that this right here, these 2 things are really, really important for setting a good foundation for your ads to be really successful when you do want to sell something. So email lists are extremely powerful things, but why should you grow one? Well, the most important thing is it's an asset that you own. The second reason is it's an insurance policy against losing your social media accounts. I know people who have lost their accounts for doing absolutely nothing wrong, and have never gotten them back. I know people who have lost them for clicking on a link in an email or in a DM. And if you are on Facebook or Instagram with a business account, I'm sure you've received these things that say like, "Hi, I'm Meta, and you've violated this thing, and here, fill this thing out, and we won't shut you down." Well, They will never ever do that. The real Meta. These are scammers. Just ignore them. Don't ever fill out anything that you get in a DM or an email. And the ROI, so the return on investment for email marketing is $36 for every dollar that you spend on it, which is the highest ROI for any type of marketing. And it's adaptable to every single type of business. So whether you are a local brick and mortar business or you have an online business, every type of business can use email marketing. And it's one of the best ways to nurture your audience. So I'm going to go into detail about why that is in the next few slides. So email is a direct line of communication to your audience. So unlike social media, where you've got those algorithms that are controlling everything that you put out there and making it way less visible, seems like every day, email is getting delivered right to your subscribers' inboxes, and that allows you to reliably reach them, especially if you lose your accounts or something like that. Let me just check the chat. Okay. It also allows for segmentation and personalization. So you can divide your email audience into different lists based on their interests, demographics, behaviors, other ways to, it's amazing what you can do with your email. And then you can tailor your messaging to them accordingly. Email nurturing helps move subscribers through your sales funnel. You can create automated email sequences that provide valuable information and encourage specific actions that lead your prospects down further in the purchasing journey. So you don't have to keep everybody along on the same path. And it's very cost effective. So email marketing software and services are either sometimes free when you first start or relatively inexpensive compared to other marketing channels. And with email, you get data and insights. So you can track opens, clicks, and conversions and see what resonates with your audience. And you can do testing that way too. And this data can be used to refine your strategies over time. And then when it comes to meta ads specifically, you can directly target people on the meta platforms by creating a list of your audience. So, or an audience of your list, reverse. So you can take your whole entire list, you could take segments of your list, people who've purchased something and say, you know, maybe you want to create something called a lookalike audience where you put that up into Ads Manager and say, I want my ads to be shown to people who look like people who've purchased this before. This thing that I want to sell, and then you are increasing your chances of conversions. So what do you need in order to start building your list with lead ads? You need something to offer, so that would be a lead magnet. And if you don't know what a lead magnet is, which I'm sure you all do, but it's something that you exchange for the person's email address. Really, really simple. So what should you offer? Well, you can offer something free. You can offer a registration for something, or you can even offer a low-cost product. So just to get into detail a little bit about each of these things. So the free lead magnets, you want to make these things something of really high value. So the person who downloads your freebie should feel like, wow, I can't believe this person is giving this thing away for free. I wish, you know, not I wish that I could have paid them, but I feel like I should have paid them. And it should be something that really gives them more knowledge than they had before, or something that they can implement in their life or business for a quick win. So it should just be like one like, you know, thing that they can implement immediately, because you don't want somebody to just download your lead magnet and be like, oh, I could have just Googled this, or it's just a list of something, or on the other hand, you also don't want to overwhelm them. So I've gotten lead magnets that were like, you know, 75-page ebooks. And I was like, okay, I'm putting that aside for later because I can't deal with this right now. So you want them to dive in and, you know, actually discover the value of your lead magnet. So you want to make it also sound really irresistible in your ad copy. So like they really, really, you want them to really, really want it. And here's some examples of high value lead magnets. So you can give away templates. So social media post templates are really great. If you have a Canva Pro subscription, that works really well for this. So, you know, they just incorporate their branding into the template and they can use it right away. A mini course. So an example of this is I'm working with a client right now who is a podcaster and has a podcast network. So her lead magnet is a mini course that teaches people how to get started with a podcast. a quiz. So I actually have my own quiz, and you can head over to this URL to see what that's like. But it's just a fun thing that people like to do. It also kind of teaches them something about themselves. So it's, that's a really good example of a good lead magnet. A calculator is another one. So when I was a VA, I downloaded a services pricing calculator. That was incredible because it helped me figure out what I should be charging people for my services. And same thing for ad managers, like a calculator that determines ad spend for certain kinds of campaigns is another good thing. And spreadsheets. So think about spreadsheets that you might have made for yourself that you use, maybe it's a finance one or a budgeting one. Those are also really great lead magnets. So other types of lead magnets, registration. So if you came here through one of our ads, we ran some summit ads for registrations for the summit. So that was a free one, but you could also do paid. You could do webinars, challenges, master classes, boot camps. I've seen anybody charge, anything up to like maybe $100, $200. I don't know about $200, but if you charge somebody for something, they're more likely to show up. So that's a good one too. And then low cost products. So this is more of an advanced type of funnel, but people do it. It can be anywhere from $1 to $97, but in my experience, 27 to 47 seems to kind of be the sweet spot. It's called a self-liquidating offer, or SLO. And the goal is not to be profitable with these ads. It's to offset your ad costs so that your ads are paying for themselves. And the whole point behind this is to attract higher quality leads. So, if they're going to pay you $27 and this thing goes along with like your next level up product, they're probably going to buy that. So it's a good lead magnet if you have somebody to help you along with it. Okay, so there's 3 great ways to make your ads affordable. The SLO, like I already mentioned. The second thing is a tripwire offer. These are called various things. So tripwire is one of them, OTO, so a one-time offer. But basically the person signs up for your freebie or your paid lead magnet, and then before they go all the way to the thank you page, they're presented with a low cost offer related to the lead magnet. So a good example of this is if you are a social media strategist and you have a lead magnet that's like maybe like 30-day content, like how to lay that out and come up with that. Maybe your tripwire offer is Canva templates that they can then use to put their branding on and then use in that plan. So that's something that just to get you thinking about what you could do for a tripwire offer. And then it's common sense, but set a low daily budget. So you don't have to go into ads with a huge daily budget of like $100, $200. You could start at like $5 to $10 per day per ad set. And then you can just raise it slowly as you see that you're starting to get conversions, because that means that people are actually interested. And then you can start to scale it up a little bit. And when you think about $5 to $10 per day, it's only $150 to $300 per month. If you don't, have this in your budget yet, then, start putting that money aside so that you can, think through like how like if maybe 3 months from now, maybe I want to start running ads to grow my email list. Well, start saving for that now so that you can, comfortably put that into a campaign. So before you can start your ads, you're going to need a few things. So you need a Facebook business page, a business manager account, and an ad account. And then you want to have your pixel set up on your website. I would actually recommend that you do that now before you ever start thinking about ads, so that the data will be being captured by the pixel and you can use that later. And Conversions API is just another way of tracking to make things a little bit more accurate. So if you can set that up, that would be really great. So I would love to walk through setting up a campaign, but I don't have time for that. So I'm going to show you what it looks like when you click Create Campaign. So you're going to be presented with all of these options and you want to click Leads. That seems pretty obvious, but some people are like, well, I just want to drive traffic to this page, or I just want awareness of whatever it is that I'm trying to, show people. And that's actually one of the biggest mistakes that people make when they start running campaigns, is that they choose the wrong objective. So your objective is, you're basically telling Meta, this is what I want from this campaign. So you want leads, so you're going to choose leads. And then when you're in the campaign, you have a few options about where your conversion location will be. So that's basically just where somebody is going to sign up for this lead magnet. And I recommend, if you're just starting, that you do either a website if you have a landing page, or instant forms. So instant forms keeps people on the platform. It's really easy. It's easy to set up. It helps people sign up for your lead magnet quicker because they stay on the platform. Meta also sort of, it's not really advertised by Meta, but they do kind of reward you. It looks like if you use instant forms, because it's not making people leave the platform, they want to keep people on the platform. So you might see lower lead costs with instant forms. So basically the person clicks on your ad, they are taken to the form. Meta actually fills it out for them based on their login information, or they can change that information if they see that it's a different email that they want to send it to. You can add questions to your form just to, kind of like weed out anybody who's just like, oh yeah, I'll sign up for that really quickly. So it sort of get you higher quality leads the more questions you ask on the form. But other things you can do is you could do Messenger or Instagram. Those are like when you see people say, DM me the word whatever, and I'll send you this thing. So that's sent through bots, and you can do, I think on Messenger, there's a native option where you can just set it up that way. But you can also use something called ManyChat. Many, every time I say it, it sounds like mini chat, but it's many.
Progress.
Well, here's something. But anyway, ManyChat is something you can use if you want to have like bigger conversations with people that way. And you can also do instant forms plus Messenger. And if you are a business that takes calls for whatever reason, you can generate leads that will call your business. But I just recommend, if you do that, that you actually have somebody to take that call, because you don't want to be paying for the leads to come in and then there's nobody to actually pick up the call when they, call through. So that's basically the options that you'll have. And then, you'll go through setting up the rest of your campaign. And then based on what you do here, you'll have to possibly set up tracking so that it'll show up in Ads Manager that you have actually received a lead. One other thing I'll mention with the instant forms is that there are integrations with CRMs, but they don't have integrations with every CRM, so that when that lead is pulled in, it would go right into your CRM. So if there is not an integration available yet, you'll have to use Zapier. Otherwise, with instant forms, you'll constantly be having to download the leads and upload them to your CRM manually. And I've done that, and it really is terrible. So I didn't feel like setting up Zapier, and I should have. But anyway, so that's basically that's the basics of setting it up. I would love to show you, and if you are interested in seeing a full setup of a campaign, I'd be happy to do that. Just contact me, which brings me to this page. So if you're interested in finding out anything more, about anything that I covered, because I know it was really high level detail, not detail, you can feel free to email me. If you want to do like a discovery call, you could fill out my contact form, and here's that ads readiness quiz, which is kind of fun. And the things that I offer are VIP days. I have an ad consulting membership that I'm just putting the final touches on. It's $47 a month, where I have office hours. You can show up and ask me any questions about running your own ads. I do monthly ads management for people who are ready to be like fully hands off. And I have a course called the advisory course, and it's for coaches, consultants, and service providers. So, and that's pretty good price too, $297, and it teaches you everything you need to know. If anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer. Otherwise, I am all through. All right, let me see. So I see Janice asked a question. Thank you. Great presentation. Are these ads PPC? Yes. So they're pay-per-click. So you can set up different ways of like the budget being used. And typically I'm just doing like a daily budget or a lifetime budget. So it just kind of depends on how you want the whole entire thing to run, and like how much your budget is, where you want to put the budget, because you could put the budget at the campaign level where Meta sort of takes over and distributes the budget where they see it doing well. Or you can put it, I like to do it at the ad set level where I have more control. Any other questions? I'll stop sharing. You're very welcome.